What's up, everybody? This is just a more in-depth discussion on everything we've seen Resident Evil today during Capcom's showcase. If you want to watch my live reaction to the Resident Evil section, you can find it down in the details below. But this is just a conversation we had after the showcase on my Twitch channel about everything we've seen, what's to come, what I expect, and my expectations on everything coming. Anyways, enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. All right, so we're just rewatching.
It's all right.
I am going to pause a couple times, though. It looks weird. I don't think they put a ton of work into this because it is a lot of reused assets. It reminds me of those like every $10 Steam horror game, you know, like Layers of Fear and Among the Sleep and that kind of thing. Like,
Shut up. Oh, now we have a new...
what is this? Like, I feel like he's just here just to reuse a character that's still alive, but... I was, when I watched that, I was...
It's time. Marking the target.
Okay, really quick. This is sick. It's sick that they're adding this. I think it's great, but at the same time, this should have been like, you should have unlocked Chris and Heisenberg and Lady Dim like right off the bat. This is awesome though. I'm glad they're finally doing it. And I hope that they change like literally change Mercenaries, completely change it. I do hope they do that because for the time being, it's really cool that Chris and Lady Dim and Heisenberg are being added, but if they didn't change Mercenaries at all, it's just gonna be like a one and done for each character. Change it into what? Into Mercenaries. That would be a start. If you guys have never played Mercenaries for 4, 5, and 6, this isn't like it. This is more like raid mode. Or like diet Mercenaries. God, this is so awesome. I can't believe this. New speedrun category, haha. You know what I love? I love how long is reverse even on the screen here? A second! A second. Like they want you to miss it. Like what's the bare minimum amount of time we can have it on the screen? It's so funny. All in all though, about the Rose DLC, I think looks interesting. Is it what people wanted? Probably not. I was expecting like a Chris and the Wolfhound Squad like prologue to what led to the village stuff or something along those lines or anything involving Lady Dim because she's the most popular character. I think the majority of people probably didn't want anything with Rose. It could still be really fun. I don't have high hopes for it. I think it's just gonna be like a one and done fun little thing to get a little more info on Rose, just in case she's used for another Resident Evil game or something. But it should be fun for a little time. And you know what? I don't really care too much that the DLC just looks average or like slightly above average because the over-the-shoulder stuff for RE8, that's awesome. The extra characters and mercenaries, that's sick too. So the extra stuff, we thought we were just getting some DLC, but we're getting DLC and over-the-shoulder for those who get motion sick. They hear you. There you go, over the shoulder. So if you couldn't play Village because the FOV was terrible or you just don't like FPS games, any of that, problem solved. And that's incredible because as someone that played a ton of Village, you wouldn't believe how many people were in this chat saying, I wish I could play, but I can't play FPS games, or, oh man, I hate FPS games. This sucks. I think Village looks really cool, but I just don't want to play an FPS. That's fucking sick. Now you can play it and enjoy it like the rest of us who already have and enjoy FPS games. And I'm very happy for those people. And for me, new speedrun category. Hell yeah, I'm just as hyped as everyone else. I can't wait to replay it in third person. So yeah, I think it's a win-win. But yeah, I'm pumped for the DLC for all aspects. Rose, third person, the mercenaries, reverse, haha. Yeah. So let's rewatch the RE4 footage. And then I'll give you guys my opinion on what I think. But yeah, they didn't show many new things with this, but I'm gonna pause a couple times. Dude, this looks sick. Man, I love the new look they went with Leon. Or not like new look as in they changed him from RE2 to look a little more mature. But I think they nailed it. He looks awesome.
You might notice Leon is much more mature and fearless.
Look at that man. Oh, man. And that jacket. Look at the fur. Holy, that's gonna look way better in-game, but oh, I can't wait to see the graphics. And the hair too. Like, man. Giga Chad. Holy moly. God damn, he looks good.
Due to his past
Oh
experiences.
my god.
The main enemies of this game. Wait for him.
Oh man, look at the eyes, the detail. God, I can't wait. Every Ganado is going to be its own Ganado. No repeats through the whole game. Actually, that's not true, but what if it is? And listen, guys, if let's say there's over 200 faces scanned in the RE engine for each Ganado, they can use them all for Outbreak Remake as playable characters.
The Ganado have been completely redesigned.
Now, I wonder what they mean by
Let's
that.
take a closer look.
I guess completely
game
redesigned.
itself.
The over-the-shoulder camera returns, of course. Leon arrives at a dense and dangerous
It's so dark.
forest, even more so than
The crows, shoot those down for some grenades, baby.
Of course, people that played the recent Resident Evil 2
It looks like there's a duck button. I think there will be crosshairs. It's just not in that.
Everyone can enjoy. So please look forward to it.
Aiming to create a Resident Evil 4 that everyone can enjoy. That sounds important. Like RE4 fans and RE1, 2, and 3 fans are or some people overlap, like myself, but generally they're like completely different audiences. Like RE4 fans, there's a lot of RE4 fans that are just RE4 fans. 5 and 6, never heard of them. 1, 2, 3, 0, remake, garbage. 7, 2 remake, they may have played 7, 2 remake, Village beyond that, but there isn't a ton of overlap between those fans. If they can capture that, I think that is the most important part about Resident Evil 4. If they can get that audience, if they can get people that love the classics and 4, and like 5, 6 is its own thing, but 7, 2 remake, 3 remake, if they can capture that magic and get all these fans loving the game, that'll be something amazing. And I think they can do it. It is Dev 1, the same people who did RE2 Remake, or a lot of the same, big overlap. If you don't know, RE3 Remake was a completely different company. They were super rushed. I heard that the development was pretty messy, but the whole thing was a disaster. 4 Remake, there's no way they're going to rush this shit. If you're worried that it'll end up like 3, like I said, it's not even the same dev team, and they know how important this is to the RE franchise. This is probably most likely going to be the most important Resident Evil game they ever create. I am not too worried, especially from what I've seen, like what everything looks like, what they've said out loud of the elements they're trying to capture within this experience. I think it's in very good hands. And hey, if they need to cut content, the island is free pickings. All around the island, free pickings. Just don't touch the regenerators. Please save Mike, and Krauser better be a badass. But yeah, I think it looks awesome. I'm not worried. It comes out at a great time. March next year is not too far away, and we have a lot of Resident Evil stuff to tie us over until then, with the upgrades to 7, 2 Remake, 3 Remake, Reverse is coming too, and the RE8 Village DLC over the shoulder with Mercenaries, and the DLC with Rose. I think that's all awesome. Everything they've announced looks really cool. My lowest expectations are honestly for the RE8 DLC, but I still think everything's really cool, and I'm very excited for 4 Remake. I'm not worried about it at all, really. Oh, the knife fight, man. That's one thing I hope is in there, the Krauser knife fight with Leon. I think that's like top 3 cutscenes in the entire franchise. RE4 isn't a game I've played like a fuck ton of. I only have like 200 hours in the game, or 250 or whatever, but still, I am so pumped to see a lot of things in that game reimagined and redone. Do I think they will remake RE1 again, like CVX? I think down the road they probably will remake RE1, and then they will remake CVX. But I think that'll be like a panic button thing. And I also think RE2 Remake was like or RE7 and 2 Remake were like a panic button things. Like 6 almost killed the franchise. Then we got Rev 2, which was episodic, and it was like Rev 2 is amazing. Love that game. But episodic just felt weird, and a lot of people just didn't buy it because it's episodic. 7 and 2 Remake were definitely like a panic button. Like, oh shit, they don't like action anymore. So they broke the glass and remade RE2, now remade RE3, and they're just continuing that spree with RE4. I think if they fuck up again, like let's say RE9 is another action game and people are disappointed and the sales are abysmal, I think they'll break that glass again and remake RE1 and be like, yeah, we could still make horror games. And RE1 would be a good remake, but I think RE1 is a different kettle of fish. If they were to remake RE1, I would like to see it drastically different. You've already seen RE1 original, director's cut, then RE1, and it's on a bunch of consoles with changes on each console. Then we have RE1 on the GameCube, then RE1 or RE1 Remake on the GameCube. Then we have RE1 Remake remastered with all this new stuff. Like, I've seen enough of the mansion and all that. I think if they were to remake it and just do over-the-shoulder perspective and make it exactly like RE1 Remake, I don't think that'd be good. I think it would just feel way too samey. They would need to change a lot of the mansion, or just change a lot of the game in general. They could keep the story the same, like STARS members arrive at the mansion, shit goes south. Like, I think that's good. It would be cool if like they kept the dining room or made the lobby very, very similar. But I would like to see a reimagining of Resident Evil 1. Because we've already seen RE1 in two different styles of graphics, 2 different styles of gameplay. So I would like to see it like fully reimagined this time if they were ever to do that. I also want CVX, but you gotta understand, you know what they did to RE3 Remake. CVX is an even bigger cult, or an even smaller cult classic than RE3. So if RE3 got that kind of treatment, CVX might get the reverse treatment, like flash the screen for a single second, show it exists, and hope they don't see. RE1 Remake first person, that would be cool. Or it'd be really cool to see RE1 Remake. Like, let's say they wanted to do like an RE3 Remake style, like, fuck it, do it for the money. If they did that kind with RE1, I would just like to see VR. Like, if we got to see RE1 Remake in VR like they do RE4 and now Village and 7, that'd be cool. Not that I want that. I don't really enjoy VR too much, but if they were to go that route, that'd be pretty cool. And I don't think it'd be like an absolute metric ton of work. Well, it would be a lot of work still, but.
How did you like that?
I gotta watch again. That was fucking sick.
Planned for October 28th, 2022.
Guys, I love Reverse so much. I like zoned out when they showed that.
Resident Evil RE-verse will also begin service on the same date, October 28th.
What is this shit? Like, okay, listen, guys. You want to know something? I was told by a few people, or I heard a rumor, let's say, that they were adding a bunch of stuff to Reverse. And I'm not going to say what it was. I was told what it was. It ain't here. Like, it should be ready to show. Like, where is it? There's supposed to be way more characters. Where are they?
How did you like that?
I hated it.
As already announced, we are working on making the main story of Village available on Mac.
Well, I hated
so
Reverse.
even
Everything
more
else is
people
cool.
can enjoy Resident Evil. The main story of Village is planned to be playable on PlayStation VR 2.
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Mafia.
This
looks awesome too. Man, Village. Fuck yeah for Village, man.
Evil Village.
You know, just really quick, it's so cool. They went balls to the balls with Village. Just made a really, really, really fucking weird ass game. They took all the chances in the world making this shit. Starring Ethan, Chris is back. I'm so happy to see it's getting the ultimate treatment, and I'm so happy for those who couldn't play in first person. You can now play it in third person. I'm so happy for all those people. I can't stress enough, like, how many people came into the chat and said, I hate FPSs, or it makes me sick. And now you can play it, and I'm so happy for all of you. God, because Village is so fun, and it sucks that not everyone can experience it. And for the people that love, no, I don't think they're like, you guys should have seen. Trust me, I speedran Village for like 200 hours straight when it first came out, and chat every day, multiple people, all the time, every few minutes. Wish I could play. Haven't played yet. Not gonna play. Stupid FPS. I hate first person games. Fuck Village. Fuck 7. They're both FPS. I fucking hate FPS. Yada 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 yada. And for those who love FPS, well, you got VR, baby. You know, yeah, it does. Everything looks sick. You know what my favorite part is? Like when they showed the release day for Reverse, it was literally on the screen for a single second. Exactly 1 second. Oh my god, I was dying laughing. But yeah, everything looks sick. RE8, the third person, is insanely cool. Mercenaries getting an update and getting the 3 extra characters is fucking awesome. The DLC, honestly, the thing that was probably most underwhelming was RE8's DLC. I still think it looks good, but obviously there wasn't much budget spent on that, but I'm still really excited. Yeah, I can't wait to play, but it's pretty low key, but I'm still pumped. But as soon as I seen Evil Duke, the first thing that popped in my mind was Evil Merchant, because they're one in the same, like, they're in the same tribe. They're tribesmen, for those who don't know. Resident Evil felt so respected in that conference. I was very happy. Man, that was sick.